hundreds and hundreds of verses.
I'm gonna taunt right before
to know that I'm only going to sing about 70
out.
or 80 tonight. So I should mention that folk songs should be accompanied on folk instruments, and the piano, for some reason, is not one. So imagine, if you will, that I am playing an 88-string guitar. Oh, one other thing. As you know, audience participation is an important part of public folk singing. So if any of you feel like joining in on this song, I would appreciate it if you would get out. About a maid I'll sing a song, sing rickety-tickety-tin. About a maid I'll sing a song who didn't have her family long. Not only did she do them wrong, she did every one of them in. She did every one of them in. One morning in a fit of pique, sing rickety-tickety-tin. One morning in a fit of pique, she drowned her father in the creek. The water tasted bad for a week, and we had to make do with gin, We had to make do with gin. Her mother she could never stand, sing rickety-tickety-tin. Her mother she could never stand, and so a cyanide soup she planned. The mother died with a spoon.
I remember, I'm the one that got you to try it.
And her face in a hideous grin, a grin. Her face in a hideous grin. She weighted her brother down with stones, rickety-tickety-tin. She weighted her brother down with stones and sent him off to Davy Jones. All they ever found were some bones.
Yeah,
and occasional pieces of skin, occasional pieces of skin. One day when she had nothing to do, sing rickety-tickety-tin. One day when she had nothing to do, she cut her baby brother in two and served him up as an Irish stew.
I have the
and invited the neighbors in, invited the neighbors in. And when at last the police came by, rickety-tickety-tin. And when at last the police came by, her little pranks she did not deny. To do so she would have had to lie.
I don't know what the special
and lying she knew was a sin, a sin. Lying she knew was a sin. My tragic tale I won't prolong, rickety-tickety-tin. My tragic tale I won't prolong, and if you do not enjoy my song, you've yourselves to blame if it's too long. You should never have let me begin. You should never have let me begin.
This is the most difficult one. And I actually love going up because in the last boss up here, you get a debuff, and if no one dispels it, you just get all your mana back. So you can waste as much mana as you want.
Now,
I get mad when someone.
It's a song I always get requests for, but I can't understand for the life of me why. It's simply the names of the chemical elements set to a Gilbert and Sullivan tune.
Yeah, when ruined.
The only reason I do it is to see if I still can.
Go up.
Try.
It's fine by me.
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen, and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and astatine, and radium, and gold, actinium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, ytterbium, actinium, rubidium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. I left out one, actually. A new one was discovered since the song was written. It's called Lawrencium. So those of you who are taking notes can write it down in your programs. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium, fluorine and terbium, manganese and mercury and molybdenum, magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium and lead, praseodymium and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium, tantalum, technetium, titanium, tellurium, and cadmium and calcium and chromium and curium. There's gold and californium and fermium, berkelium, and also mendelevium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, kryptonium, radon, xenon, zinc, and rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, and sodium. These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard. And there may be many others, but they haven't been discovered. thank you. You may be interested to know that there is an older, much earlier version of that song, which is due to Aristotle, and which goes like this. There's earth and air and fire and water. Life was much simpler in those days, yes. Now, I would like to say something about pornography, or as we call it in the United States, smut. Wonderful word. Yes. There have been many cases in the American courts recently about this very problem. The United States Supreme Court, for example, has decided that a book or a film can be banned if it arouses the prurient interests of the average person. Now, prurient, I looked that up. It means having itching, morbid, or lewd and lascivious desires. Now, surely that describes all of us here tonight. But I disagree with this principle because I really enjoy having my prurient interests aroused. And in fact, there's only one thing I enjoy more than having them aroused, and that is having them gratified. So, as I say, I'm opposed to this, but we have marches now for peace and marches for civil rights, so I thought I would have a march for smut. Smut! Give me smut and nothing but a dirty novel I can't shut if it's uncut and unsubtle. I've never quibbled. If it was ribbled,
Is that okay,
I
Nick?
would
I only got
devour
9:15,
where
but
others
it's
merely
crit
nibbled
straight.
as
That's
the
only
judge
9%
remarked the day
upgrade,
that he
8%.
acquitted my Aunt
Can I roll?
Hortense. To be
Yeah,
smart,
roll.
it must be utterly without redeeming social importance. Poor! No graphic pictures
Should
I
I ask for the one with
adore.
avoidance?
Indecent magazines galore. I like them more if they're hardcore. Bring on the obscene movies, magazines, murals, newspapers, postcards, neckties, samplers, stained glass windows, tattoos, anything. More, I'm still not satisfied. Stories of tortures used by debauchers, lurid, licentious, and vile, make me smile. Novels that pander to my taste for candor give me a pleasure sublime. Let's face it, I love slime. All books can be indecent books, though recent books are bolder. For filth, I'm glad to say, is in the mind of the beholder. When correctly viewed, everything is lewd. I can tell you things about Peter Pan and the Wizard of Oz. There's a dirty old man. I thrill to any book like Fanny Hill.
Did you jump off the edge, Safi?
And I suppose I always will, if it is sweet.
No, I put a dot on that stupid fell guard and couldn't go through the portal.
Who needs a hobby like tennis or philately? I've
What
got
is
a
it,
hobby,
Hitman?
rereading
Oh, yeah.
Lady Chatterley. But now they're trying to take it all away from us unless we take a stand, and hand in hand we fight for freedom of the press. In other words, smart, I love it. Ah, the adventures of a slut. Oh, I'm a market they can't glut. I don't know what compares with smut. Hip, hip, hooray, let's hear it for the Supreme Court. Don't let them take it away.